So let me show you what I stumbled upon right here. Now, everyone here, I'm sure, has heard of Bellroy and the Bellroy Slim Sleeve. Now, I spend a lot of time, kind of poking at Bellroy for not being as thin as their marketing says they are. And that was the truth for a long time. Then they started taking the lining out of their wallets, and they became much thinner. So I don't poke the eye of Bellroy quite so much anymore. But that being said, what I've got here is a Chinese Bellroy. Okay, now my question when I see something like this is, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Did Bellroy, what I think on these wallets is that the Chinese are copying Bellroy, because a Bellroy wallet is much better quality than this. And I'll show you a couple of things here in just a second. First off, you got to note that this leather smells like cheap Chinese leather. Now, I know you can't smell that, but I got a nose that can smell cheap Chinese leather, a block away. It feels like vinyl. It does not feel like leather. The inside is, I don't know what you'd call this. In fact, I've got my surgical flashlight here that I can show you this stuff better with. I don't know what you'd call this. It's not really a lining, but it's not a cloth. You can see how shiny that wallet is. Now, I mean, I've got a bright halogen light going here, so yeah, of course it's going to be a little shiny. But you can see the stitching is just kind of shabby, especially around the corner, right there. I mean, the stitching right in there. It's just kind of shabby the way it's pulled around the corner and centered and all that thing. You can see up here where the stitching is not too great either. Right up in this area right there. Now, the pull tab right there. Let's look at the rest of this stitching here. See, right up here in this corner, pretty shabby work. But the shabbiest piece of this whole Chinese copied Bellroy is this right here, the pull tab. Okay, now you guys are either aware of the pull tab or you're not, but this is kind of a unique feature on the Bellroy. You can shove your cards in there, then you pull a tab and it comes out. But on a real Bellroy, the tabs are kind of wrapped around something so that it actually functions as like a card slot. Let me show you what this one does. This one, down inside of here, you just see that it's a piece of, cloth. Okay, it's just one piece of cloth that's sewn down on the top. Now it's sewn to the top edge out here. In fact, let me see if the sewing goes all the way through. No, the sewing does not go all the way through. So if you look right in there, you can see those two lines of stitching. That is sewn through this backing here because it does not go all the way through into this pocket. I stuck my finger in this pocket and it does not go all the way through. But it's really a very shabby job of counterfeitness. If I can get this here. There you go. It's really a shabby job. I mean, it's not really, I don't know, you'd have to look at a real Bellroy, and I got rid of all my Bellroy Slim Sleeves. I've had a couple of them, but in my various rages over the non-slimness of the Bellroy, they're gone. But you can see down in there that it's just a crap job. It just is. So if there's ever a question in my mind anymore about what came first, the chicken or the egg, Bellroy or the Chinese, Bellroy wins and came first, and they're being shabbily copied by the Chinese. And they're being shabbily copied for a pretty high price, I might add. So once again, watch out where you buy this stuff, because you might not get exactly what you're paying for. All right, later.